Hello, scientists. I apologize to everyone who's been having trouble with our class notebook. If you have been having trouble getting to class notebook or seeing things on class notebook, I have uploaded all of our reading assignments as Word documents. So let me show you how to access that and how to submit those as after you're finished. Please make sure that if you weren't able to do the old assignments, that you go back through and work through those readings as you have time. All right, so then the first reading for this week would be homologous structures. So then we would go to the page, and here again, if you're having trouble with class notebook, please download the reading and answer the questions. Now, if you are not having trouble with class notebook, please send me an email if you plan to continue to use class notebook. That's great. I don't want to make you do something that isn't necessary to change. Keep working on it. It would be helpful to me if you told me that you were still working on it. All right. So if you are going to use our Word document in order to do our reading, you'd click here. This downloads the reading down here. You'll click open, and this gives us the reading right here. Now, in order to change it, you must click enable editing. And then I always like to make the page width like this, so under view, so that you can see it and it's nice and big. Then I'll go back to home. And then remember that you're going to highlight the important information. So to do that, you'll click on this little tab. You can choose whatever color you want. I'll choose yellow for this one. Let's see. The first theropod dinosaurs had hands with small fifth and fourth fingers and a long second finger. I like that. I'm going to highlight it. Eventually, the fifth and fourth fingers got smaller until they completely disappeared. I like that too. In later fossils, scientists noticed that the wrist bone joined together and became a semicircle. This allowed the dinosaurs to rotate their hands sideways. This change in the hand and wrist looked very similar to bird wing joints. Okay, so now that we're finished the reading, I'm going to click stop highlighting so I can answer the questions. What living animal was a dinosaur wrist bone similar to? The animal that the wrist bone was similar to was a bird. All right, so now I would go through and finish answering all of those questions. Once I am finished answering all of those questions, I'm going to save this document. Now, where you save it is kind of personal. As far as wherever you save it, make sure you remember where you save it so you can go back to it later. Now, one of the places that I like to save it to is OneDrive, because then that makes sure that it is all online and I don't lose it. But it might be easier for you to save it onto your desktop. So if you go over here where you hit browse and then you hit desktop, that gives you an opportunity to save it in a place that it's easy for you to access. So then you would say, I always add my name to it too, because then the teacher is remembering, like when they're reading it, they know whose document they're reading. Okay, so I saved it on there, and then I'm going to come back to our assignment and I'll hit submit assignment. And just like we did with our sexual selection research project, you're going to hit choose file. You'll find where you saved it. So in this case, I'll hit desktop. I'm going to go through and find homologous structures, Dr. Judith, and I'm going to open it, which means that it's going to attach here. So when I'm finished, I'll hit submit assignment, and then you'll know that you have done this properly because it will say resubmit assignment, and then make sure you double check. Okay, so this is homologous structures. This is the homologous structures reading. So make sure you're submitting the right reading for the right assignment. All right, scientists, please make sure that you tell me if you have any questions or concerns, and thank you for your flexibility. I will talk to you soon.